Hey guys, it's JC. I have some questions for you today. But here's what I want to ask of you. Before you dive into this video, if you are somewhere where you can't really have some quiet, uninterrupted, ponder time, maybe save this until you do. Or watch it again when you have time to sit maybe by yourself for a minute, maybe with a pencil and paper or something to write down, maybe your journal in hand, because I really, really want you to take some time to think about what I'm going to ask you, to ponder it, to chew on it, to really answer it for yourself. I'm going to throw lots of questions actually, but it's one big one. And I believe it can shift everything. We're now in January 2023. A lot of us maybe had a rough holiday season with food and we are ready to get back on track. But no matter where you are, if you're dieting, if you're trying not to diet, wherever you are, you have a backstory. And today I want to focus on that. I want you to include in the question I'm going to ask you, I want you to include not just disordered eating, whatever type of eating struggles you have, food addiction, binging, eating disorder, whatever it may look like for you. We're going to call that disordered eating. But I also want you to wrap body image into this too. All the issues over the years that you've had with your own body image and your feelings about your body. So here's the question. I won't keep you waiting any longer. What has this struggle cost you? What has it cost you? Now, let me explain what I mean by that. I want you to, again, if you're going to write down, make some notes. What has it cost you, for instance, in time? And the time you've had to give to this struggle, to fighting this battle. Well, what has it cost you in energy? How much energy, how much of your thought life have you had to devote to wrestling with this, wrangling with this? What does it cost you in peace of mind? Really, I mean, really, guys, how much of your day are you just eaten up over one of those things? Your body image, how you look, something on your outward appearance, or food and dieting or not dieting, or I ate too much, or what am I going to eat? And oh, I feel so guilty, or I feel so insecure, or I feel heavy, or I feel... How much of your thought life has been stolen by this battle? How much of your peace? How much of your money? How many, programs have you purchased? And all the different books and time, supplements and special things to help you lose weight, or special this or special that. How much have you spent on this? What has this cost you? How about in your relationships? Body image can take a toll on a marriage, on a sex life. What has it cost you in your relationships, in your friendships? The eating issues and how it works in social gatherings and how it's disrupted, different family activities. And what does it cost you in your work life, in just your level of security with yourself, peace with yourself, with who you are? How many hours, days, years have you spent mired in guilt? That you couldn't measure up, that you couldn't win the battle, that you couldn't tackle this thing once and for all, that yet there again, you're sitting in failure. The 500th diet, here we go again, the 500th binge. What has this cost you? I really, really want you to think about that. Go beyond some of the examples I'm giving. Let the Lord just kind of sit with you for a minute and bring to mind how huge this battle has been and how much you've had to give, what high of a price you've had to pay. I say that because I understand that on both levels. Food and all of that consumed me. Not even just the guilt side, but also the binge and the what am I going to eat and all of it. And body image slayed me. I've had so many moments that should have been just pure joy, and I was eaten up by a negative body image and consumed with it and completely lost in my mind, obsessing about that and not even present in the moment. I wonder sometimes if I could add up years that it's cost me. because of so much of my thought life devoted to this, so much obsessing throughout my day. If you added up the hours and minutes of your day that are consumed with either thinking about your appearance or thinking about food and how you're managing that, how much, what percentage of your day? It's just hard, but we've got to see it, like the full impact of what this is. And the reason I kind of am asking you to do that is because I have talked to many people lately about bringing the Lord into this space, asking for his help and praying directly about those things. And I keep getting the comment, does he even care about that? Like, that's kind of weird to pray about that. Like my diet or my body image, why would I pray? It just seems so outside the spiritual box, right? But if we look at the cost, I have yet to meet a woman that has not paid some significant price in body image in our generation. From age 16, 13 to 80, we have been deeply impacted by this. The disordered eating may not fit you. It may. And for many of us, it does. But body image alone has just held us in bondage as women in such a way that I think the Lord just sobs over us sometimes. And how unable we are to be at peace in our skin, to see the beauties, our uniqueness, our diversity, who he made us to be. We're just unable to get there because of the lies that have been forced into our brains. The cost has been so high, so high. So with all of that, give it a minute, write it all down, write about the years of struggle, write about the different ways it's impacted your life, your relationships, your own thought life, your own peace of mind, write about all of it. And then let me ask you, what would it feel like to be free? Like, honestly, what would it feel like to be free of that? Maybe it's so foreign to you that you can't even picture what it would be like to go through a day not obsessing about what number you are on the scale or what about that last binge. Or can you imagine going through a whole day without being tormented by either of those things? That shows you how high the cost is. If we can't even imagine what that would be like to be free, not just a good day, or not just a few good weeks like we sometimes have in January because we're really pumped up and we're like, I got it this time. And then poof, we crash. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about free, healed. What would it feel like? Journal about that for a minute. Because here's the thing. That is the whole mission of this channel, to say you can be, through Christ, you can be free of these things. Both of them. Your body image can be completely healed. Your disordered eating can be completely healed through him. He is an expert in healing. He knows what you've been through. He knows what cost you have paid. He knows the suffering. He knows the guilt. He knows the struggle, every second of it. And he gave his life that we could be free of that. What price would you pay for that? For that freedom? What would you give? How deep would you go to really, really release those chains once and for all? To get your thought life back, to get your relationships, your life, to throw the scale out the window, to just be free, to be who he created you to be, and contribute in the way that he created you to contribute without your mind being all like messed up with all of that stuff. What would that feel like? All right. So that's your job. Because here's the thing. I have 2 programs that I want to offer. And guys, they're not expensive. They're not, compared to the thousands of dollars we spend on diets and diet food and diet books and body image stuff to make us feel more secure. All the thousands of dollars. My programs are hardly, like, they're not expensive. But here's what these programs will cost you. They will put you on the path to healing, but they will cost, the price is an open heart, where you're willing to let the Lord kind of get into your baggage a little bit and ask you some hard questions. And it will cost a willingness to look at the deep stuff and look at the hard stuff, maybe back to your childhood, to look at patterns. It will cost you time, mental energy for a while to get at the root, because it's the only way you can be healed. The 2 programs are Transformed and the Mind and Body Reset. And I'll put links to them below. If you feel like body image, most of us are like this. If you feel like body image is playing a huge role, the Mind and Body Reset has a huge chunk of that is devoted to body image, to truly getting past it once and for all. This is the content. It's also in my body image book, but I put the same content in this course that will take you through, and the first 8 sessions of Mind and Body Reset deal with that. And then it moves on to disordered eating and food and what faith-based eating is and things like that. So if you feel like body image needs to be a piece of your healing, the Mind and Body Reset will walk you through that. Transformed is mostly about food and food addiction and a detaching from food and attaching to Christ. If you feel like that's where the Lord wants you to focus right now, these programs can get you there. But all I want to say with this video is, with the cost so high, our enemy has gained so much ground in this area over our mind, over our heart. We give so much to try to keep these balls juggling, like manage the weight and manage the body image. And we've just given so much of ourselves, and it's just time to be done. It's time to be free. This generation, we are struggling with enough. We are struggling with enough other stuff. I'm going through stuff in my family, with my own life, with my own heart, with the way the world is. It's hard enough right now without carrying these 2 burdens that burden so many of us as women. It's time. It's time. And I would invite you to maybe join me on that journey if you feel that you're ready. Click on the links below and let's get started. Thanks for being with me today. I hope that was helpful. Keep pondering and chewing on that, and share some of what you learned in the comments below. Thanks, guys.